Tuesday afternoon, yeah?
Monday?
So, it's Monday.
Yo, what is poppin', guys?
Oh.
What's poppin'? It's your boy, DJ Wavy D in the building. I'm here with the Chief as always. I'm here with DJ Alias, aka Mawa, aka Maui, aka Mr. TYB.
Your whole mic wasn't on, bro.
Well, they heard me. They heard me through yours though. I saw the bar.
I saw the bar.
What is going on, guys? It's your boy, DJ Wavy D. Nah, we chilling here. You know how it be. We got some stuff to talk about today. We got NBA trade reactions. All right. We had some big trades. We didn't have the blockbuster, but we definitely got some fallout from that. And then we also got some NFL news, some slight news. It was a breaking news story on my ESPN app, but
Cardi B won a Grammy.
oh yeah, we talking about the Grammys, boy. My boy Jordan Lucas was nominated, but he ain't win nothing. But you know, nominations is nominations. You know what I'm saying? Not every rapper nowadays gets nominated for stuff. You feel me? It's very, very hard for rappers to get nominated for Grammys.
Static.
So the only rappers that you know get nominated regularly is my boy Drake. Well, Stag. I mean, I don't even use the headphones, so Stag don't bother me.
Well, no, I'm just curious to see if it's static over the radio also.
Oh, yeah, this one's gonna work.
Yeah, I think that's what. But it's cool. Yeah, well, they actually cut Drake's speech short. It's fine.
I didn't get a chance to watch it. I forgot all about him.
Oh, well, look at it. Well, watch it while I was saying.
I'll watch it and I'll commentate the Grammys next week.
It happened yesterday. What are you doing next week for?
Well, I watched the Grammys. The only thing I watched was because I saw clickbait on YouTube, so I watched Cardi B's performance.
All right, part 2 with the Grammys, guys.
Part 2 of the Grammys. Well, no, let's see. Childish Gambino won Song of the Year.
And Record of the Year.
Yeah, well, it's the same thing, Song and Record. Oh, no, Record's album, right? Wait, Record, they refer to Record's album?
I don't know.
No,
I don't know. They're two different things. Song of the Year, Record of the Year. I don't know why.
How are different things?
That's a good question. Hey, Braz.
Braz, question.
Yo.
I think it's two of them.
So, what's the difference between a record and a song?
Yo.
Our
So
music expert.
yeah, the difference between a record of the year and the song of the year, sometimes multiple songs are recorded in a recording session. So sometimes that's the case, but usually it's about basically what was recorded in the studio, because it's the record or the record of the year.
Okay.
So the best in studio take, for example, I think Get Lucky by Daft Punk and Pharrell Williams.
Yeah.
They won it at one point. And I think it was, I don't remember the specifics because I wish they would say why they chose, the different awards. That would kind of be cool because then we would know a little bit more. But it's basically the best in studio takes, and then song of the year is a little bit more open. That can apply to things that were mixed, vocals processed and all that stuff. So.
All right, bet.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for our music expert on the scene. What is your label that you rep?
Desk Pop.
Desk Pop, all right?
Yeah.
You want to shout them out?
Desk Pop on SoundCloud. We also got a Spotify playlist and Apple Music playlist. You can search Desk Pop. And it's if you kind of the cuter side of dance music, maybe you like Nintendo stuff, like the songs on our label. Yeah.
Heard you. Heard.
Thanks, man.
No problem.
Hey, I think that was promotion right there.
That was promotion. That counted as promotion for the hour.
Split it to my way.
I said to my yo, here you go, my brother. I got to turn my notifications down. People keep blowing me up. Bro, I love what you're talking about. They just keep blowing me up. It's bro, we're in the middle of the show.
Where did you see that?
Somebody just be getting, you feel me?
Okay.
For example, Devontae just hit me up.
Devontae hit the whole group.
Everyone.
I got moved the show date. Wow. I can't wait to get my car.
Devontae said bet. He said bet. I love what you're doing out there. Keep it up, young blood. But nah, so let's go over this. Album of the year was by Casey Musgraves. It's called Golden Hour. Are any of y'all familiar with that one?
No.
Neither am I.
Yeah?
Okay. Are you familiar with it? You want to talk about it? Oh, that was Young Sam. I didn't realize that was Young Sam in the background.
I am. I'm always here. Yeah. Oh, no, wait, okay.
I can't hear you.
Very good album. 10 out of 10. Recommend. It has a disco country song, High Horse on it. She opened for Harry Styles.
Okay.
Very powerful lady.
Did you watch the Grammys itself?
No.
Dang, is this weird? Like, was it not really advertised that well?
I don't know if it ever really is.
It's
It appeals to an
wasn't.
older class of human being.
What's your upper class?
I said an older class.
Oh.
Not upper class.
Like, no, because like, I really see. I mean, also like I'm not on TV that much, and like when I'm on TV, all I watch is like ESPN and stuff. But like, I don't know about you. I see really commercials for it, the
Well, I mean, at
advertisements.
this point, no one really cares about the Grammys because it's been so like underwhelmed for the people that have been nominated, and they just get snubbed for stuff like, sorry, but that album apparently
Yeah,
album of
like
the year. And then there was like some cases like remember when Macklemore won 3 Grammys over Kendrick Lamar's which album was it? Good Kid, Mad City.
yeah.
There was a fire under that. To Pimp a Butterfly won, I want to say 2 wins out of the 5 nominations it got that one year. So
I'm saying it's all about this over this.
in fact, like last year.
I say to the people I did, but it's all about this over this. That's what the industry, industry is about.
It's at this point where the Grammys
You
is
said what?
a popularity contest.
It's all about this over this.
Oh.
I'm just saying, like there's albums over here that I knew. I never heard of Golden Hour, but it's also probably not my genre of music. I'm saying she says like a disco pop
We should
stuff.
plug some.
I'm saying like
I don't know
the
if we can.
the albums
If it won a Grammy,
I
it's
know.
probably like top 100.
Yeah.
I knew Beer Bongs and Bentleys by Post that was nominated.
Okay.
The Black Panther album was nominated. Invasion of Privacy by Cardi B was nominated. And that was good for her. Scorpion by Drake was nominated.
Yeah.
It was just too long of an album. You feel me? If Drake cut half of his album and like I don't know, the other half was like
Good.
mixtape.
Good.
Mixtape. First of all, he had really good songs on that.
Name
It was
5.
just too many. Huh?
Name 5.
Name 5, bet. You want me to give you the basics?
The best one.
The best ones, just name 5.
Name 5 of the best ones on that Scorpion.
All right,
album.
so the top songs on there was, of course, God's Plan. All right. We had Sandra's Rose, which I was a fan of. We had Happy Birthday.
Trash. All right, you're
Yo,
done.
that's
you're done.
Mywa.
Cut his mic off.
Mywa. That song is baby making music. All right.
No.
Yes, it was.
That song is like the worst thing you could have ever put out.
I like that song personally. I liked it. I don't know. I like it.
Good.
All right. You got 3 already. You're on ice.
Elevate. See, I know by the sound. I'm trying to picture.
How many songs are on the
23,
24.
Okay.
24.
You named 4.
I know.
See how hard that is?
No.
It's no good.
Mob Ties. Then he also had the other 2 radio hits. I get their names confused. Like Kiki, Do You Love Me?
In My Feelings.
In My Feelings.
What?
No, I get the songs name mixed up. Again, there was a lot of songs. The one with Michael Jackson.
That's not a radio hit.
Oh, it's not, but it's still a song. You said a song off the album. I mean, I liked it.
I'll give you Mob Ties, and that's it.
Mob Ties, that's it?
That's it.
Bro, the first 3 on there slapped.
No.
I'm looking at the playlist
If
right
you have
now.
any info,
You're telling me the first 3 didn't slap?
You're not allowed to play that album. It's obviously in the top.
Call 1-860.
That's not a real rule.
1077. Let us know what you think about this topic.
No, it definitely smacked, bro.
Especially
It's not
if you
hating.
disagree with Dev, we also want to hear those phone calls.
Oh,
We'll
yeah.
plug you online so they can hear you talking as well.
Scorpion album by Drake. Right. Because all I remember is I'll listen to like the first 4 or 5 songs on repeat, and I'll go to the back of the playlist, in the back of the song. Survival was good. The intro, you feel me?
Sorry.
Nonstop. That was a club banger.
Sorry.
Elevate. Emotionless was a good one.
That's also trash.
Emotions?
Yeah.
Hey, relax.
Dude, you're not allowed to play that. Go. Show's over. You got copyrighted. That's it. Facebook watch over for you too. Like
For real.
I'm saying, bro. I'm upset.
Trash.
I'm upset.
I'm saying trash. You
Yeah,
cannot.
The music video was decently trash. The reason it was easy because it was a throwback to Degrassi.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, it had nothing to do with the song. But you can't say you weren't bubbling upset.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, 8 out of 10.
Is this
No.
is this a dumb button?
Like the
So I
Killing
can, hit the
Friends.
button so we don't hear what we're talking about right now.
Jeez.
Can't take a joke I'm not as familiar with. Okay, I listened to that one too. Let's see, is there more? I'll give you that one. I really listen. Is there more? Yeah, I really bumped that one. You're fine.
Yo, this one's over.
No, remember, it's
We
only
only got
it's
4
20
seasons.
seconds at a time. All right. Also, I can play it on Facebook because it's 20 seconds at a time. All right. And it only gets copyrighted if I play more than like 20 seconds straight. And that's because it was on I put it on
So fun,
YouTube.
guys.
It's because I'm a credible YouTube
No, you're
channel.
not.
And as soon as
About?
as soon as
He's
I
talking about his YouTube channel.
yo, as soon as I upload my video to YouTube, 5 minutes later, oh, it got flagged for copyright. Bro, it's because we play on the station because we can play that stuff through the radio. It's just because
Oh, they said that to you?
no, but that's just the rule. Like
Oh.
because remember we were playing Jumpman through the radio.
Yeah.
And it's just that YouTube doesn't know that I'm doing a radio show. All they know is they analyze the sound from the video and they're like, oh, that sounds like boom. And they compare it. It's like, oh, that's Jumping by Drake. Oh, copyright. Here, scratch that out. That's how that works.
So they took some of your videos off YouTube?
It was just that one. They got flagged, so I had to like edit that part out.
Did you get a strike?
It was I don't know. It was literally just like I doubt because a lot of YouTubers say, "Oh, my videos are getting taken down like 5 minutes by like 5 hours by copyright," and they just edit it out and re-upload it. But it's just this is how YouTube works because they don't know that sound came from me doing a radio show. It's just that it was literally like 9 seconds out of like a 2-hour video. They're like, oh, so that's why I'm just like, bro. Nice for what? Oh, finesse. Ratchet, happy birthday, Milo. You tell me you didn't like Ratchet, happy birthday?
I don't think anyone did.
I don't listen to Drake.
Oh, wait, sorry, I got that confused.
Personally.
Not happy birthday. I was thinking Final Fantasy.
Still bad. I got 2 songs that entire album.
Final Fantasy was the one I meant that was baby making music. Happy birthday was you're right, it was bad. But Final Fantasy and then March 14th. So you tell me March 14th, the one all about his
You know
son?
the 2 songs I like from the album? Mob Ties and Blue Tints. That's it.
Really, Blue Sense?
Yeah,
Okay, I respect it, Marvel.
that's it.
I respect it.
Whole album.
Yo, so when are Drake and J. Cole dropping their collab song?
Never gonna happen.
Not album, just collab song.
I don't think it's ever gonna happen.
You're telling me that they won't have one more song together? They've been boys lately. I see a song coming out soon. And that jump about to go number 1. It's about to stay there for at least like a year and a half.
Number 1.
No, it's about to go there for at least 8 months. All right, it's gonna dominate the year. And then y'all come back and be like, yo, Dev, you was right. Should listen to you. Back to more nominees.
It's only gonna be number 1 because J. Cole's on.
Pop vocal album was Sweetener by Ariana Grande. It was over Shawn Mendes by Shawn Mendes. It was over Beautiful Trauma by Pick.
Yo, that's someone's like self-titled album stuff.
I hate them, right?
Like,
Reputation by Taylor Swift, Meaning of Life by Kelly Clarkson, and Camila by Camila Cabello.
Interesting.
I hate self-titled albums.
2 in 1 year.
It's like when Usher had Usher one, Usher do it. But no, but it was Raymond.
it wasn't Usher, what Usher?
It was Raymond versus Raymond.
Usher 1, Usher 2.
Wait, how was Usher's albums labeled? Was it like Raymond 1, Raymond 2?
Yeah, that.
Raymond versus Raymond?
Yeah, Raymond versus Raymond.
Yo, y'all ever watch Everybody Loves Raymond?
Yeah.
It should have been a show.
Yo, it's like when the sports commissions talk. Okay.
Hey, we're broadcasting
Yo,
sports and some pop culture.
Yo, I tell people that we're sports pop culture. That's why I tell
That's kind of
people.
whatever we're feeling that day, really.
Because honestly,
Whatever tangent we feel
Yeah.
like.
ain't nothing too crazy in the sports world. You know, it was the NBA
Yeah,
trades
it's
that
not-
when so pretty much the big news is that Tobias Harris got traded to the
Is that
Sixers.
the biggest news?
I don't think
In
so.
basketball, I would say.
What's the
And then
biggest-
Mirotic went to the Bucks, right?
The
He went to the Bucks. Mark Gasol went to
the Raptors.
the Raptors. So the 3 teams in the East got a little stronger.
Marco
The
Fultz got
Celtics-
traded too.
Oh yeah, Marco Fultz got traded for probably nothing.
Jonathan Simmons.
And a first round pick.
First round pick. There you
And
go.
a second round pick.
Oh, it was first. Oh, okay. I remember being a first round pick, but then why? If I looked at it
No,
And
this,
during the NBA trade
this year for,
deadline show, they forgot to mention the first pick.
this year for trades wasn't all that great. So.
Yeah, because the big bombshell didn't drop, which we all knew was going to drop. Like, pretty much the Pelicans were trying to sabotage the Lakers. What's going on, frankly?
How are they trying to sabotage?
Walking into the building is the boy. He is a Kennedy Eagle legend, all right? He's a multi-sport athlete over at Kennedy. He played soccer, tennis. Did you swim also?
I did.
You guys have swimming?
Yeah.
We weren't good at it, but we did it.
Well, no, there was Will and his brother. It was nice.
Yeah, they
But
were
mostly his brother.
all white boys. They were lanky.
No, so tell the folks who you are.
Me?
Yeah.
I'm a humble RA, avid sports fan, Tom Brady lover. What more can I say?
All right. Well, right now we're wrapping up our Grammy conversations. You watch the Grammys at all?
I did a bit of it, you know.
What was the best part?
From what you watched?
When it was over.
When it was over, yeah, right?
So
Like I said.
it was kind of Super Bowl.
Hey, relax. right?
No.
You unappreciative little boy.
No, yo, you guys talk to Ricky, bro. Ricky was always trying to defend it to his life. I was like, Ricky, okay, I understand. I'll give you an olive
If you
branch.
thought it was boring, why'd you keep watching it?
The Grammys or the
Look,
Super Bowl?
it's a cultural
All right,
event. It's like a holiday, okay?
That's all.
Are we talking about the Grammys?
Yeah, Grammys. We'll talk Super Bowl a little bit later. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, all those people are winners. They're famous.
Well, what I was proud of is that George Lucas got nominated for something. That's
He
what I
was
proud of.
nominated, yes.
It was not. He was nominated for Song of the
Yo,
Year.
I heard he made it to round 2 on the board over there.
Yes, I'm telling
That's
you,
the real win.
we get Joyner. I'm telling you, mark on your calendar.
Guess who's not going?
Okay, man, you didn't go last 3 years. I ain't
I
worried.
went last year.
Oh.
He did go last.
All right then.
All right, so but I think it's gonna be looking at that new board. I think it's gonna be Joyner and Six Flags, but I don't really know about Six
Is that
Flags.
how you say his name? Isn't it Black?
It's just black.
I
This is
say
black.
6 Flags.
This is black.
So I can't.
Oh, is that Six Flags?
No, it's been black.
This is black.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, whatever. I guess it's black. I don't know. Six Flag. All right, bet. I mean, I'm not familiar with his music. It doesn't slap, frankly.
It's kind of more of like the slow R&B stuff.
It's like a
lot of
show
girls
vibe.
like them.
Oh, where he's not like a rapper?
He could probably rap, but I feel like most of the songs I've heard is like singing.
Oh, I heard you. Okay, so he might be the opening act then.
Are we getting 2 or 1?
Yeah, we
Yeah, it's two.
Okay.
It's two.
How would we get Lil Baby? That'd be cool.
A little bit is on the same side as Joyner, but a little bit would be nice. Joyner is my personal favorite, and then with the I forget the
A
little
Boogie
Lil
would be
Uzi makes no A Boogie makes around
yeah.
too.
Hey, Boogie would be
Yo.
fun.
My money's on either Jordan Lucas or A Boogie, but I'm not sure who's coming from the right side. I know Bad Bunny, whatever, he moved on. SZA moved on, I think.
Black Bear.
Black
Blackbeard moved on.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did.
Over who?
Mine.
Oh.
Probably gonna be that guy.
Yeah.
Yo,
Okay,
Black
okay.
Bear comes here.
Black Bear
We're
had-
flying in.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Black Bear had one bop that I
Oh,
bought.
you got class?
Yeah.
It was which one was it? It was the Do Re Mi one.
I
That,
think we can play Black Bear on here
I
since
don't
it's
know
like.
that.
oh no, also like that rule doesn't really exist.
What?
The rule that you guys are referring to at the top 40 rule?
Well, it's a station thing.
No, it's a community volunteer thing.
It's yeah.
Like like
Okay.
legally we can't get in trouble for it.
Yeah, I know, but
It's
like a
just that this,
station thing.
yeah. But also in the urban department,
Have some
that
respect
is,
for some shit.
no, I'm saying it's very lenient in the urban department just because that's what we bump.
Exactly.
I mean, in pop, I gotta say, you want to get the local pop artist, but ain't no one bumping the local rapper unless I put him on. Like if I put him on,
Okay.
then they'll bump it. If Big Earl puts him on, they'll bump it. But ain't no one going out there looking for insert local artist name here.
Insert Franklin's name.
Not because who was it? It was P. D. said it best. He was like, ain't no rappers from Connecticut. He said that, bro. P. D. said that. He was like, ain't no rappers from Connecticut. He was like, y'all barely got rappers in New England. He's like, the only thing holding y'all up is New York. That's it. I was like, dang.
I don't think I've ever heard of a rapper from Massachusetts.
Jordan Lucas, he's from Worcester or something like that.
I listened to his album.
Oh, the
908.
yeah, the phone number one.
Yeah, I like that.
That's fire.
Yeah.
He has a collab coming out with Chris Brown. So far, they have 3 songs that are supposed to be on the album. I'm waiting for the actual album to drop.
Is the album about like domestic abuse or
No.
Chill out.
Wait, what?
something?
Chill out.
I don't know. The other album with Joyner Lucas is
Oh, Chris Brown joke. I was like, wait, did George Lucas hit someone down
He
too?
probably did.
Huh?
Probably did.
Didn't Chris just get out of like Italy or something? Was it Italy?
Nah, it
I'm
was
trying to stay out of those tabloids.
nah, it was wait,
It was on,
where was it? I want to say it was France.
I think it was Italy.
It could. It was somewhere in
Some
Europe.
country spending a bunch of money or something.
No, it was somewhere in Europe where they were all.
Yeah.
I don't want to get into it. 'Cause I don't know the full details. I remember reading it.
Yeah.
I know that they pretty much
You
said
know.
no. Like another girl that was at the party that's friends with the girl that accused him was like, nah, she was just lying.
Yeah, if you know, you know. If
That's
not,
interesting.
do some research.
Facts.
Type in Chris Brown.
Yeah, you
Republic.
get
Was it actually Italy though? I feel like it was a different country.
Right.
I want to say he was like in France or Paris. I want to say he was in Paris.
Paris. Right.
Yeah, I know, but I like cities. I believe it was Paris. But anyways, who got to NBA? So the big trades that went on were Tobias Harris to the Sixers, Marc Gasol went to the Raptors, and Mirotic went to the Bucks, making 3 of the top 4 teams in the East better. Celtics stayed the same. They held. Right now, there's a little turmoil. There's a little scandalous going on over with the Celtics. Kyrie, say he's going through some leadership pains right now. And, he might want to go play with LeBron. I don't know.
Relax. If he's gonna leave, he's gonna go to New York. And then KD's gonna go to New York.
I'm just saying. And then Marcus Morris said yesterday that nobody's happy
There's a
playing right
Paris.
now.
Who's in Paris?
Yeah,
You got it right. You got your sources right.
facts.
First time for everything.
What you mean? My sources always stay correct, boy. They stay
Um,
correct, my sources.
I think the Celtics are going through like this weird period where they win 2 games and they'll lose a game. But they were prior to these last couple of weeks, they were like 11-1.
Facts.
So
It's like, it's like stop thinking too much. Like, it's like, just play ball, everything will work out. Like, I trust Brad Stevens with this team. And if it comes time that Kyrie gotta go, give Rozier some money, and then go get another player. I mean, honestly, like Al Horford nice, but like if we had to get rid of him to get a better player, I would do
you
it.
can't build the team around Kyrie. I mean, without Kyrie.
Because like a championship team in this league
That's
now,
the problem
you
that
need
they're
a
having right now.
player.
Because they had so much success without him.
Yeah.
They don't care what he says. They're still gonna go run. Like Tatum will he don't care. He'll just run and gun.
Also, do not trade Tatum. All right, Tatum is our next Paul Pierce.
Like,
All right,
like,
keep
I
him.
they had way too much success without him for him to come into their system and try to start taking.
And also,
over.
like Gordon Hayward's back too, so that's another player you gotta get minutes to.
I think like Sanchez was saying, like there's other players you could build the team around. You saw it last playoffs, so they're not as worried. I mean, they should be worried. Their best players having talks about leaving, but
Honestly, I think with Kyrie, that team moved into the finals last year. It's just that I just think Gordon Hayward is a little bit too much right now. Throwing there because you take minutes away from
And he's
with
also scared.
Kyrie.
He's playing scared still.
He's getting better though. He's getting.
He's playing scared still.
he's still.
No, he go different dunks and alleys now. But I think adding Kyrie and Hayward back to live, like right off the bat, it's really taking minutes away from players like Rozier, who feels like now he has to jack up as many shots as he can in his 10 minutes of play. Takes minutes away from Jaylen Brown, who can't get a rhythm. He's not enough like as he was, and then now Tatum, he's going from like first option to not first option, second, third option.
Yeah.
I think Marcus Smart is really playing well this season, though. He's been a bright spot. He's shooting really well from the 3-point line. I feel like his numbers don't show it, but he's shooting really well. I feel like every shot I watch him shoot, he's making the 3-point shot, especially clutch threes. He makes a lot of clutch threes.
Yeah, a lot of those players, so they benefit that a lot of the input on the team isn't like stats. Like Marcus Smart, like he'll play like a game where he has 3 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 points, but you feel like he's on the court the whole game. He's like controlling the game. So a lot of those, like Marcus Morris, a lot of those guys.
Yes, I like my rotation pieces. I feel like we have one too many star-worthy players on the team, like starting worthy players on the team. I don't know.
Like I like players like Morris. I think Morris is like fearless when he has the ball. He kind of like doesn't care who's on him. He'll kind of just post you up or pull up for 3.
Marcus Morris got the nice 3. All right. Yo, Franklin, you ready to play tomorrow? Oh yeah.
I'm not on.
Oh yeah. In fact, you're on the other team.
I was
It's
in a-
Jordan that's on the team.
I was in a barbershop.
But we're
yesterday.
playing you guys this season
We are.
Yeah.
because I talked to Scotty.
Okay.
Talked to Scott, and I asked him to
Add
add
a
between
game.
us.
Okay, when's our game?
It's the last game of the season. It's like
Most likely, I'm not sure if they put it on the schedule yet, but they're putting it on the schedule.
But wait, so I was in the barbershop the other day and we were having this conversation about trying to get Anthony Davis on the Celtics, and like this dude was like okay with trading away Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Rozier, and Al Horford.
Who did this?
The guy in the barbershop.
Was it
he's
your
like,
barber?
No.
I got. Wait, was this like a customer?
Yeah, he was just.
Boy, I gotta slap him silly.
You gotta be banned from the
Bro, here is what a trade for Davis will look like. Okay, here's what a trade for Davis will look like. I am willing to trade you Kyrie, Horford, and a first or a couple first round
That's
picks.
exactly what I would do.
Yeah, this way you fill their big man role
And the star power.
and the star power exactly.
It probably wouldn't be good though. I don't think New Orleans would be any good because you're just taking two working pieces in Boston and putting them on a really bad team.
Big facts.
So like, it's
Well,
like-
no, well, their team
they're-
would
they're-
be
they're
as
not-
bad.
The
they're
Pelicans
stealing-
are trash.
Their ceiling is
Anthony
literally
Davis
what-
leaves, the Pelicans are trash.
Well, no, so if that trade happens, the Pelicans look like this. They got Kyrie, and then Drew Holiday gets go back to his natural position, which was when he was with Philly, like his first 4 years or whatever. He was a shooting guard. So you got Kyrie, Drew Holiday. You plug in someone at small forward. I'm not quite sure who small forward is right now. And then you have Julius Randle and Al Horford as your starting five.
Would they be any better than the Celtics are now?
No,
Then no. Yeah.
no, but the Pelicans would be better than.
Yeah, they would be better, but
The
they would be
Suns-
stuck. Like sometimes in the NBA, it's better to be one of the crappier teams in the league
Mm.
because you don't want to be like the Hornets who have been 500 for the last 8 years and they can't get anyone to go there because they don't have any space or they can't draft.
That's how it was for the Suns a couple seasons ago. They were like that for 4 or 5 years, just because they had a decent team, but they weren't great. So they were always like the ninth seed.
9, 10, 11. Or think about Philly. They were 14, 15 for 3 or 4 years in a row.
I feel like they intentionally did.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no, they did. Yeah, it was called the process. Trust the process.
Philly's looking nice now. I
Yeah,
think of Jimmy Butler and Tobias.
I don't know how it's gonna work
I
out.
feel
in
like
the playoffs.
they're gonna ball.
I feel like there might be too many attitudes on that team.
And
I was
But
thinking that.
they're too
I was
because
thinking
they're
that.
too new to where their attitudes will clash.
Right.
I feel like Celtics, their attitudes have been there for a little bit. Yeah, yeah.
I can see Philly blowing up in the playoffs.
Especially if Simmons can't get any shots up, if Embiid's having a game where Al Horford outplays him again, because Al Horford is that man's kryptonite.
Yeah.
Because he's a good defender. And Marcus Smart is in your players' heads. I don't know.
Plus, I hate to say, but injuries do happen.
Oh yeah.
Whoever you least expect to get, Kyrie got injured last year.
Mhm.
David got injured last year. Lots of guys get
So we'll definitely see what happens. But I'm telling you, that guy in Barbershop, I would have smacked him, all right? But no, I think Kyrie,
Yeah.
Al Horford, some first round picks.
Well, then he
For
also
Anthony
looked at
Davis
it.
is fair.
He also looked at it from the side of the Lakers about how getting rid of Lonzo and Kuzma is a good idea if they want to.
Bro, the
Big
Pelicans screwed over the Lakers.
I would have taken that trade if I was the Pelicans.
Bro, the
That
Pelicans
was
don't.
so much.
No, bro, the Pelicans didn't really want to trade Davis, and they're I feel like the whole
It's dumb
scenario.
because he's just gonna leave after this year now.
Nothing.
But I definitely feel like the whole scenario was just to mess up the Lakers because the Lakers were tampering with them, quote unquote tampering. And LeBron was like, "Oh yeah, I'll play with Anthony Davis."
Well, they also have the same agent.
Oh yeah, so there's definitely talks behind the scenes, maybe, most likely.
I don't know. If I'm as a Celtics fan, if I'm the Pelicans, I definitely take that. You're getting how many pieces just for one dude?
Talking about the Lakers. Right?
No, but as a Celtics fan, I would love to see
Oh,
Lakers
yeah,
ruin that trade, lose all of their assets.
Honestly,
They're trying to win now.
Right.
You know?
Right.
by the way,
That's what it's about. Winning championships now.
Yeah,
Everyone forgets Anthony Davis has one more year on his contract after this year.
yeah. He's not like Kawhi was.
Yeah, he's not like how Kawhi is leaving after this year. Like Anthony Davis has one more year for where you can go around try and trade him, but you probably just get less because you have less time with Anthony Davis. So they definitely got to try to trade him in the offseason. If they can't, they're going to get less and less as next season goes on. And
If not, he's just gonna leave.
and the Celtics wanted the Pelicans to wait to the offseason. This way they can sign Kyrie to the new deal or whatnot, and then try to trade for Anthony Davis. But it's like we get trade for it because
Brown, Tatum,
we don't want. I mean, I feel like Ainge would do it,
Rozier.
but it's just keep it a buck with you. Anthony Davis is a nice player, but he ain't that nice.
He's also been hurt. He's He's been hurt a lot.
Yeah, he's injury prone. Like but he's not like game changing raw.
I
He's
think
just a
he
nice
is-
player.
I think he is the best center in the NBA by far. He's close to him.
I think the best center is Joel Embiid, Boogie Cousins.
I wouldn't put him.
And Davis is power forward, but he plays center because he plays center. But
Embiid can't. I think if you take a game matchup, I don't think either.
Well, would you call Giannis a center?
no, it's small
Giannis
forward.
is just a big man.
He's a small forward. He's like a Kevin Durant.
Kinda like
He's
LeBron.
just tall and lengthy.
But like I think he's a generational player.
Davis, yeah, but I think he's a.
Think of any.
I think he's an every 10-year player.
Yeah, you want that player now.
Yeah, but he's not generational. He's every 10-year player.
That is a generation.
No, his generation like 20 years.
Some, like LeBron's career, he's gonna be 20 years, right? That's like an anomaly. Like some players only play, like Allen Iverson.
Oh no, I mean like that. I'm thinking like generational is like
He means
every 20
like
years, like a new player comes to the league.
yeah, like Gen Z,
So kinda like-
millennials, and stuff.
Kind of like how like what Michael Jordan came to the league. What was it like early '80s, and then LeBron came in early thousands.
Yeah, but I think he's this generation center.
But I just don't think Anthony Davis is that game changing. I think he's a nice player, but he's not bringing your team like he's bringing your team from first overall pick to 19 in the playoffs. That's what he's been doing.
But they also have nobody around him.
No, well, the year they made the playoffs and the Marcus just happened to go down with
Last
injury.
year.
Yeah, that was a really good team that I think could get the Warriors in trouble.
Yeah, and they got injured.
Yeah, because like they had Rondo, they had Cousins,
Drew Holiday.
Drew Holiday, Anthony Davis, and was Julius Randle on that team too?
Just done this year.
Oh yeah, okay, he came from LA.
They've had seasons, but like every year his teammates have been injured. Drew Holiday, Eric Gordon.
Hmm.
They gave Mehmet Okur a huge deal. They gave Solomon Hill a $48 million deal for 4 years.
See, there's like you have Anthony Davis, but then you have a player who's in a similar situation like Kevin Garnett. Kevin Garnett elevated his team to the playoffs, and then he got to the second round of the West Conference Finals, something like that.
Yeah, with the
In his best season.
The West in the last 5 years has been like Anthony Davis plays the hardest
And
competition.
then another example, you have a player who was just as coveted, like a Kevin Love, who
Not
was,
like AD.
huh?
Not like AD.
I feel like Kevin Love was definitely coveted that year, that summer.
AD is,
Leading up to his-
is the best two-way big in the NBA, offense and defense. Like
I'll give you that.
Rudy Gobert is a better defender, but he's nowhere near an
Well,
offensive.
would you not say Joel Embiid's up there, especially offensively, but he's not close defensively?
I think AD would have a matchup with Joel on both sides of the court, offense.
All right.
But I do think a lot of they do benefit both of them because there's not that many good centers. So like when you're Anthony Davis or Joel Embiid and you're going up against Zubac or something, like he's an okay center, but like you know what I mean? It's not like 20 years ago when a lot of the centers were good. Or, like point guards have a trip. Like a lot of the point guards in the NBA right now can ball. So like point guards, like you're 9 times out of 10 you're going to come up against just like another good point guard. So like if you're a big man, not as likely.
So speak about point guards and balling. How do you feel about Lonzo Ball this season, or even Lonzo Ball overall?
I thought people were saying that he was a bust last year, but I looked at his stats.
He wasn't a bust.
He had like 9 points, 6 assists,
6 rebounds.
6 rebounds, which isn't bad at all. But I think it's just like if he was like on the Grizzlies per se, it wouldn't be no one would be calling him a bust. No
Yeah, I think it's just because like
it's a big
like I feel like
Isn't LA like the biggest?
LA and
Like, you could play
Boston,
it?
LA,
Boston,
Boston, New York,
huge
and Chicago too. Chicago's big.
Yeah, huge markets.
And also, it's because like those are like the news media centers of like the country.
Also, at times I think basketball is too individualized. Like we focus on like in football, we rarely ever focus on one player.
Yeah, like Lonzo Ball, everyone's looking at like, yo, we're like his 20-point games. It's like, bro, no one ever said when Lonzo coming to the league that he was gonna be the best scorer in the league. Everyone, not Blake, but nobody said no. But even LeVar would tell you that like Lonzo, he's just a winner. Like he does like what you need to win.
He does make his teammates better.
Yeah, and like that's what everyone said. Well, like, Lonzo, they kept
That's what this
saying.
dude said when he came in here.
Yeah, like everyone said, like it's like, bro, Lonzo's gonna be a great passer. He's gonna get you rebounds. He's a great defender. Nobody was like, oh, he's gonna drop 25 a night on you. Ain't no one say that except for maybe his dad. But ain't no one. Everyone knew what they were getting with Lonzo Ball, and it's just like I know his shooting numbers are a little bit down, his free throw and stuff like that. I think it's just like I think a big reason. Like I was watching LeVar's he was on Fox for like the whole day, like a couple days ago. He was on
That's one. Right?
yeah, he was on Undisputed, he was on First Things First, Speak for Yourself, all
I
that
forgot
stuff.
what he was saying.
But he was pretty much saying that like Luke Walton he lost the locker room and like Lonzo didn't want to play for him and stuff like that. But he was like Lonzo never said it and like Lonzo will never express that just because like that's not his personality to like come out and say stuff like that. But like, and like he's not gonna pout on the bench. Like he's just gonna play his game. But like if it seems like he's a little bit disinterested on the court, it's because he has no trust in Luke Walton. Just because like Luke Walton will play him like the first 5 minutes of the first quarter, and then he'll see the playing court for like whole 12 minutes until like the last 4 minutes of the second quarter.
Well, like you have to think they also have a lot of good ball players.
Yeah, but like
Rondo, LeBron, Kuzma.
like Lonzo's not getting the minutes that he should be getting. Like there's nights where he'll get 37 minutes, and the other night he'll get like 23, 20.
It's all about matchups too. You gotta think about it.
No, but like
Where they
Lonzo can defend better than Rondo, I think. Like Lonzo is a top 3 defending guard in the league. He's on the ballot right now for first team all defense.
The thing I think is you have to run the risk of how many young guys you have on the court at once.
True.
It's like I think in the NBA you have to find that perfect balance of like old veterans that know what they're doing, like LeBron, like Rondo. But you also need young guys like Kuzma and Lonzo, and you can't have everybody on the court at once.
Yeah, I think Rondo was the piece that they should have like not signed.
Well, I think Rondo helps because he can. I think he can play better off ball offense than Lonzo.
Rondo, he's not a great shooter. He was never a great shooter. And like Lonzo has like streaky days, and like he'll hit like 1 for 2, 1 for 3, and then he'll hit like 3 out of 4, he'll hit 5 threes in a game like we saw earlier in the season.
But they have like Hart. He's a good off ball player.
Yeah, Hart is guard, but yeah, he's also a shooting guard though.
Yeah.
But like a player like Lonzo, like he plays best when y'all are running. He's like and this team was supposed to be like another like reincarnation of Showtime.
I was gonna say, so you're saying like he can't slow down and play.
Well, and Luke Walton's set right now. Well, when they're running half court offense, they literally have Lonzo sitting in the corner. Like, bro, Lonzo's not a 3-and-D player. He's a playmaker. Like, you need the ball in his hand a little bit more in half court offense. Like, pick and roll, and then you boom, drop it down to Zubac, kick it out to Hart in the corner, like throw lob to develop the pick and roll, something like that. And like I understand, LeBron's a ball handler too.
I thought you were saying ball hog.
LeBron's a ball handler too, but like a playmaker also. But like we know LeBron can shoot the ball deep pretty well too. He's been proven over the last few seasons. It's like you gotta get the ball out. LeBron gets a little bit more and give it to Lonzo a little bit more. I don't know. And then on the fast break, they both throw down court passes to each other. It's like they work best when you see that. I don't know. But LeVar is saying how like if they fire Luke Walton, they're like you don't have to look anywhere. The best coach for that job is Brian Shaw on the bench, the assistant coach. That's what they're saying. So
really,
yeah. And when I was talking to Milo about it, he was like, "Yo, I think Luke Walton has like he'll get fired around the All-Star break. Like a week after the All-Star break, he'll probably get fired. So we'll see what happens. But if Luke Walton finishes the season, he's not coming back next season. That's what they're saying. Also, I see Lonzo Ball going to the Suns. I think the Suns are the best team for him, honestly.
Why do you say that?
Because you got Lonzo Ball, who'll be the clear point guard over there. You put Devin Booker back at his true position as a shooting guard, where he excels. I guess he's been playing pretty well this year, but like numbers aren't showing it. Win-loss record isn't showing it. So put Devin Booker back at his natural shooting guard position, and then they also have some athletic bigs over there that can run with Lonzo, and then you build around that.
Okay. That makes sense.
And also, like, the market is not as big in Phoenix to where Lonzo's underneath the sun, like the stars and the cameras, 24/7.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know. So, like you said, it's a big market. It's hard to play there.
So we'll see what happens. And then, who knows? This is my personal theory and hope of what I believe will go down. I hope goes down. So Lonzo Ball on his rookie contract. So from what I understand, your rookie contract is for a first-round pick is the first year, and then you have a 2-year pickup.
Well, it depends on how he's a lottery pick. So lottery picks are different than regular first round picks.
Well, isn't that how the lottery picks work? Isn't it first year and then a 2-year pickup or something?
No, and
Well, aren't they all 3-year contracts pretty much?
yes, but I'm trying to say the difference between like a lottery, like a first round pick is a very general term.
Yeah.
The difference between like number 7 and number 22 is totally different.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying, something like year-wise, are they all 3-year contracts for the most part?
I don't quote me on it, but no. I think the later later picks have different kind of contracts.
Well, assuming that they're all, I'll check during the break when we do a PSA. But assuming that he's on a 3-year contract with the Lakers, I believe that that summer is going to be when LaMelo comes into the league. Hopefully, he comes into the league. We all know he's going to the league, but
We don't all know that.
he's coming to the league, bro. He's ranked like 7th in his class right now.
What he's ranked, but
What was it
We don't know if
in
he's
the
gonna
mock
play in
draft?
college.
He's ranked 14th overall pick right
we
now.
don't know if he's going to play in college. So
I think he's eligible. And if not, he'll play a year overseas, or he'll do what that other kid did, and he'll train the whole year. The one who's about to be a top pick, he got signed with like what was it? That wasn't Puma, was it? The one who took like the $100 million internship or something like that with Puma. Oh, sorry,
No,
$1 million
nice internship.
$1 million internship like Puma or something like that. Was it either Puma or I'm pretty sure it was Puma.
Yeah.
But he bypassed the year of college to do that quote unquote internship where he's just gonna be training and whatnot for the whole year.
Mm-hmm.
And he's gonna be top pick this next year. So he I think he's eligible. LeVar said again on the radio, on Fox Sports 1 yesterday that he's eligible. So depending if he's eligible or not, he'll get a spot on any D1 team in the country.
What is he now? Senior in high school?
Yeah, he's his senior year.
Is he taller than Lonzo?
Yeah, he's 6'7" right now.
Wow,
He's still
tall.
growing.
yeah, he got tall.
Yeah, he got tall.
I don't know where.
And I've been watching this game over the past year. I've been watching every one of his games, especially when he was with JBA and JBA overseas, USA stuff. I know people were down in the competition, but even just his play style, you can see is evolving. He's not jacking up those 30-foot threes anymore.
Yeah,
he's a really good getting the team to ball. He makes the team around him better. I've been watching him at Spire Academy where he's at right now. He's playing great basketball.
Is that G League thing an option for him?
Yeah, that's what. So, oh yeah,
It's really.
I forgot.
The G League though.
Oh no, I forgot. That's if he can't. He already said it. If I forgot about that part. If he's not eligible to play college, he's taking the 1 year in the G League.
Okay.
Well, so the new G League thing it's not gonna be hard for him to get out of it, just because their new G League option that they made after the JBA, by the way, I should mention, is that it's a 1-year alternative instead of going to college.
Yeah.
So these players, they sign to one of the G League teams, and then they enter the draft after that.
Okay.
So it's not like he goes to the G League system. He has to play for 2-3 years, work his way up. It's just that one season as alternative going to college or even overseas.
And then you're eligible for the draft.
Yeah. So yeah, it's pretty much this way. It's the scouts all know who's in the G League and they know the players that they're playing with. So there's that.
Looking into the stream, it looks like I'm on one of those casting couches.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm just saying this is going on. This is going on YouTube to my YouTube channel, Wavy D Productions. So take that as you will, Wavy D Productions.
Right now, you're listening to 107.7 WFCS Newport Harper The Edge. I'm the Chief, sitting here with
DJ Wavy D in the building.
And baby boy Franklin.
All right, cool. I like it. Well, I actually got to get out of here real quick. I'll be back. I got a quick meeting to run to.
Unprofessional.
Hold down the fort. It's all right. I'll be back soon.
You go PSA on?
Yeah, I got you. You guys up?
Yeah. We'll be right back.
Frankly,
after
might
this
have
PSAs.
something to say about some international soccer, from what I hear. So, yeah, we'll see. Sure.
Oh, that was a joke on my end, guys.
Yeah, he said that you were talking
I
about
was like, free about coming to Albanian soccer.
Experience difficulties in life.
Military veterans know that sometimes it takes strength
Doubles down.
and determination
Buy that way?
to make it through.
Mind if I take this check?
Yeah, go ahead.
When there's obvious physical
Are you going to
challenges
football
or
talk, yeah?
shifts on the inside,
I'm gonna look up Lonzo's salary contract.
I knew that I had to
We
get
won't talk.
some
We can talk about other football then.
Kareem Hunt got signed with the Browns.
Talk about the new American League.
Oh yeah, I don't know much about it, but I can talk.
Talking about
About what?
It's up to me, but more like
Nah,
my
I don't
son.
follow baseball that much.
He's talking about the lines of American football.
Yeah.
first.
Oh, I thought you said like the AL.
No.
No, I thought you said
Oh, the
AL.
quarterback hit? Yeah, I did see that.
I thought you said like the AL like football league.
Your stories of
Sorry, baseball conference.
Talk about some
that
football.
make the connection.
Any team.
In Africa, 5-year-old children have no choice.
Yeah, Lonzo Ball signed a 3-year contract
Miles every day.
worth $22 million. Huh? Oh, I forgot about that. I thought Milo had it. Milo left. I thought you had it. Yeah, he signed a $3 million deal. 3-year deal. Huh?
Dev likes to use copyright stuff. Yeah, we were the last ones to log.
I mean, the other shows are only like Chris and Ricky, but Ricky has been doing. Well, Ricky part of our show. It's like us and Chris. And Chris probably didn't do a show this
How
week.
hard is it to get a show?
Really easy. Force training.
4 weeks, like every day.
No, like once a week.
Okay.
Well, they say a week during our show. What is going on, folks? You're listening to Balls to the Wall here on 107.7 WFCS New Bern Hartford Edge. I'm here with my boy Frank Lee. That's all, not always, but it might be always
Should
now.
be always.
From now on, it's gonna be always.
Yes.
The chief, he left. He went to go to a quick meeting real quick. He'll be back soon. And then, so like I was saying about the Lonzo Ball thing, my theory. So whatever team LaMelo gets drafted to, Lonzo Ball could just go sign with that team. Assume they have the cap space, which I assume they will because they're a bad team, so you usually don't have good players with big contracts on that team.
Depending on the team. But yeah, I can see that.
So I think that Lonzo will play with LaMelo, whatever team he goes to, and the organization might be like, yo, why not just bring LiAngelo in on like a $1 million contract?
Like
And
a
see,
minimum.
yeah, like a minimum, and see what's going on. Or you can't put him on a 2-way contract in the G League.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know.
And then you get all 3 ball brothers on the team together, and you can see if magic actually happens.
It's wishful thinking.
It's a theory. When we come back in like 2 years, all right? Or no, it'll be next year at this point. When we come back next year, next NBA season, no, not that good. It'll be after next NBA season. Well, season and a half. Yeah, we come back in a season and a half, all right? You guys will see that your boy Wavy D was correct.
Okay, we'll hold you to it.
Hold me to it. Mark it down your calendars, okay?
Until then.
We're out here.
Some football talk going on?
Oh, so in big news is that Kareem Hunt, former release player from the Chiefs, he is now signed to the Browns, the Cleveland Browns.
Mm-hmm. Best team in football.
What's going on, Nick? What's poppin'? Thank you. You want to come introduce yourself, talk about your show real quick?
Sure.
Plug your show.
Yeah, my office hours aren't for another 3 whole minutes. So,
Got you.
Shameless plug right here.
when's my show this semester? I am DJ Hummus. My show is called The Scoop every Friday, 10 to midnight, here on 107.7 WFCS New Britain, Hartford, The Edge.
Now you play various rock music, right?
Yes.
And you focus heavy in the metal department.
Well, ever since changing over last semester from the metal to the rock department, we have been including a much more diverse type of bands, genre-wise. So we have more alternative bands, more rock bands as opposed to the heavier stuff like death metal and thrash.
Nice. Now, how's your experience been so far as the metal director, rock director? How's everything going? You've been for what, 2 years now?
Yeah, this is my second second year doing it. It's been a wild ride. I've seen a lot of DJs coming in and out. I've seen the station grow. Definitely have a lot of people graduate, so it diminished a little bit, but now I'm starting to see it start to grow again. Because every department has a flow.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we're on the up and up right now. So I'm feeling pretty positive about the future. I have an idea of who I think the metal director will be. I think it's going to be between two very qualified contenders. So we will see when that time comes.
All right, nice. Now, after you graduate, do you plan on continuing your show as a community volunteer, or you gonna move on for the time?
Well, I'll see where I end up. I would like to stay in the state because I'd say I am a pretty family-oriented person. So I'd like to stay locally. I'm thinking about maybe working at the casinos like Mohegan Sun or something. But if I am fortunate enough to stay in the area, because I do like this area. I've grown up in the town of Southington my entire life. And New Britain is 10 minutes away.
Yeah.
So I like living here. I like the suburbs. But if I were to be a community volunteer, I would like to have a podcast, like kind of like Joe Rogan, how it's like filmed. It can go back and forth, like with cameras.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would be awesome. Because I know we have the second room here set up, right?
Yeah, we're trying
So
to
for
get into that.
podcasting.
We're waiting for the equipment to come in. But hopefully we're trying to get our podcasting department up. I know myself, Ricky, Miles, Sanchez, we're all eager to get into that. So that's really looking good right there. Now, are you familiar? How familiar are you with the world of sports?
The world of sports, not so much. I know that's what your show's like, primarily sports, correct?
Yeah, sports, some pop culture type stuff. Now, did you watch the Grammys last night?
I did not watch it, but I saw the highlights. I was reading the highlights.
Yeah.
That was very interesting. Cardi B won over Kendrick for best, what was it, rap album?
I don't think Kendrick was nominated for rap album, but she did win over some very considerable.
Yeah.
Your phones are ringing, Nick. I told people you was coming in at 5. Your phones are ringing.
Oh.
But yeah, so we have Kareem Hunt going to the Browns.
For how much? How much is that deal?
Can you help me in the room?
Yeah, I got
A
you.
little bit.
Frank, hold down the talking.
Hold on the fort right now.
Hold on the talking.
This is the Brady Garoppolo era right here. Over here in front of your eyes. So yeah, my plans for world domination. Here they are. Having trouble with the locking mechanism. Swiping away. I don't know, maybe the stroke is in it. Yeah, we're good. There you go. Yeah. So how much is that Kareem Hunt deal?
I didn't get a chance to see the numbers on it. All I know is that he's now signed with the Browns. So do you think it's too early for an NFL team to sign Kareem Hunt?
No, I have an interesting viewpoint. I didn't think what he did was all that bad.
I'm on your boat,
Yeah,
but I get a little flack for saying it.
I do too.
Yeah, but I didn't think it was. So let us preface this with saying WFCS as a whole and also as our workers, we do not condone, we do not put up with, physical assaults of any kind. Because I wouldn't call it domestic because they didn't know each other. It's just an aggravated assault or assault in the first place. But again, we don't put up with it. We don't condone it. It's just that when it comes to a person being employed again, especially like something like the NFL or even just like other occupations in the world, I feel like someone does deserve a second chance.
I think in like the society we live in today, where people get second chances, we're doing far worse. Kareem Hunt's only 22, 23 years
Facts.
old. I think he does deserve a second chance. And, I'm surprised the Patriots didn't sign him.
You gotta speak louder for my Facebook listeners.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I thought New England would sign him. Kind of surprised they didn't. But you know,
But I told people I wouldn't mind if the Eagles signed him.
yeah, that makes sense too.
It's another running back, and like
yeah.
you know, we have old running backs. We do have a young one coming
Plus,
up,
I think New England and Philly are two of the better teams with managing running backs, having multiple good running backs at once. You know.
But yeah, but like back to like Kareem Hunt and like individually, like, I agree with you. I don't really think that what he did was that bad. Of course, and he needs to be able to control his temper and whatnot, because that could result in worse things down the line. I like the worst phrase to use, which I'll say for for mine's sake, like for like just let people know what I'm like getting at is like, don't take it the wrong way, but like the individual kind of asked for it.
Okay.
I don't want to say she asked for it because that's the wrong wording.
Yes.
But we'll say the individual probably had it coming in a way, just because racial slurs were thrown.
She was harassing.
Yeah, and like so originally, what the story is that when they all came back from like partying and whatnot, that her and like I think one or two of her other friends went back up to the hotel room with him and his crew, and then they're told to leave and whatnot, and then stuff was said.
Yes.
Some was people acting crazy, and then you can see in the video like the moment where he was like, "What did you say?" and then like he pushed her, and like I do think that I would say overreact, but like people take slurs and stuff like different ways. Like,
every person reacts
differently to situations differently.
Like yes.
Yeah, because like me personally, I might not slap someone for call me a racial slur, but like that's I'm different from other people.
Yeah, different background, different experiences with that word. I think there was harassment on both sides. I feel like both parties did something wrong.
Yeah.
But I think it's in the past now, and for Kareem Hunt especially, it's in the past. He's definitely focused on what obviously the days leading up to the first game of the season, preseason, people are talking about it.
Oh yeah.
Hear stuff from the fans, from the media. I think to see how great of an athlete he is and how he overcomes this and just handles it, And I think he's going to do a good job. He was top 5 running back in the NFL before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And like if people like Ben Roethlisberger, Mike Vick, like if they all come back from their stuff
for things way, in my opinion, way more severe, way worse.
Yeah.
Domestic abuse, things like that.
Animal fighting.
I think
stuff like that.
I think the Browns are going to have a loaded backfield though. That team is going to be nice. So
hey, you got it's going to be interesting over there, especially because my boy Baker Mayfield got them on the rise. I think this would be a great addition and whatnot. What's going on? Oh, my boy Jelani, what's popping, bro? That's Jelani, a.k.a.
Which one?
Oh,
what's he got on?
Well, Jelani right here, boy.
There you go.
Jelani, raise your hand, Jelani. Yeah, that's Jelani.
You want us to shout out your IG or something?
Yeah, Jelani, come here real quick. Talk to the fans, Jelani. Yo, this is Jelani, a.k.a. Banana Buddha. You feel me? I'll open the door real quick for the boy. How y'all doing?
Yeah, we still doing the project. But I heard you talking about the Browns, so
Come shout out, quick. Come shout out.
Yo, what's goody, man?
The Browns are going on.
It's your boy Buddha, man.
AKA
Banana Buddha, AKA Boss Man Buddha. You know what I'm talking about? I'm with my boy Devin on this radio show, man. You know what it is. I heard you talk about the Browns, so I had to come through.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's my boy Jelani. He's my co-partner, founder on the Wavy Promotions on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Our first two videos on the thing with me and Jelani reacting to songs and whatnot.
What songs do you guys react to?
We reacted to the Tory Lanez and Don Q, distance back and forth. Go check it out for them on my YouTube. You feel me? Wavy D Productions.
I swear, man, people don't believe me. Don Q body him. I don't give a damn.
I'm saying. But yeah, what are your thoughts on the whole Kareem Hunt thing being signed to the Browns and whatnot? We say, oh yeah, Kareem Hunt got signed to the Browns.
A couple hours.
Yeah, so our question was, we feel the same on this, but we'll ask you your question on it. How do you think this is too early for him to get signed to an NFL team? What are your thoughts on the whole situation?
That's gonna start a bunch of uproar, especially to the people that deserve that he needs a lengthier punishment.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Especially the fact that we got Kareem Hunt on tape, supposedly beating that white girl. You know what I'm saying? And especially since that was a very violent act. The fact that he threw his friend and threw the girl at the same time, went back as a pity kick even though his friend was holding him back. So I feel like the NFL and their fans and everybody else like that, of that nature, even people that don't watch the NFL but pay attention to the story, is going to want Kareem Hunt to serve a lengthier suspension. You know what I'm saying? It's banishment from the league, possibly.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you can't help it at the end of the day. I mean, it is what it is now that I'm looking at it. But, it's going to start a problem, but you just have to accept it what it is. He's back in the NFL.
So, like, frankly, myself, we found no problem with Kareem Hunt getting signed so early. We felt, his actions did warrant a suspension, like especially for like the season and whatnot. But we didn't think that it was bad enough for him to be charged forever. Like, we didn't think the act itself was that horrendously bad, especially compared to like Fred Roethlisberger, Michael Vick, both getting second chances.
Oh, and you're also forgetting Ray Rice. I mean, compared to Kareem Hunt's video, compared to Ray Rice's video, we would understand why Ray Rice got banned from the league. Mm-hmm. We understand that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Kareem Hunt's video, we saw it. It was more. I'd say, like, I'm gonna say the same word, petty. You know what I'm saying? Like when Kareem Hunt went back to go kick the white girl, that was a petty kick. He didn't need to go kick.
Especially for a guy that like throws blocks for defensive ends. It's like,
and also I felt it was important to show the difference that this wasn't domestic abuse, like the Ray Rice situation. This was just an aggravated assault.
In the heat of the moment, kind of thing. So a lot of it is speculation. Though.
It is speculation, but you also have to think about it like from the emotion standpoint of the people that watch the NFL and watch these athletes. Parents have kids that watch these athletes, so they see something like that, and then they see that somebody like Kareem Hunt, like what was it? Like about 3-4 months after he got released from the Chiefs, 2 months ever since he got released from the Chiefs. Don't quote me directly, but we're seeing this man after like say that many amount of months, right? Getting a job that early, and we see those parents, and those parents see that, and they're like questioning the integrity of not just the league, but just people in general. You know what I'm saying?
Open the door for your folks.
Like where are your morals? You know what I'm saying? That's how you gotta look at
it. But July, we'll catch you. All right, get back to your project. All right.
My bad.
Good luck with your schoolwork.
Good with your schoolwork. See you later for a video, maybe.
Okay, he's gonna definitely catch me. And by the way, this is a great asset for the Browns. Keep him.
July's actually a Patriots fan, but I guess he got some love for the Browns.
Yeah. I support my AFC teams.
All right, so we'll get into it a little bit early. Saying Sanchez is gone, but I personally felt, as long as a lot of other people, that this year's Super Bowl was boring, for lack of a better term.
Okay.
All right, and like I've extended olive branches, saying that I'll agree with you that this was a great defensive showcasing occasion, once in a generational type defensive game, one for the decades. But like, it was boring.
Okay.
It was plenty of. Oh, I got Ricky. Ricky got. He was trying to argue the point that like, it was just a great show. He was like, there was so many like 60-yard punts, and like I'm like Ricky, but like, okay, you kicked the ball far, but like, it was for like a touchback or like a 1 yard, on the 1 yard line. I'm like, that's not really that entertaining to us.
For the game being boring, what's like the big takeaway?
It was just that there were so many 3-and-out drives. Like Brady only got hit like once or twice.
I understand.
It's not like it was like sacks on sacks on sacks.
Yeah.
It was just incomplete passes and like short runs.
But what's like the big takeaway from that about the game? Like,
that, like
is
people,
it like something to like talk about the way Belichick played?
Like I feel like the Super Bowl will be forgettable, other than the fact that Tom Brady got his 6th ring. I feel like no one's really gonna like reference back to this game or like great plays and stuff like that.
I think they will because
the game wasn't that entertaining until like the last 3 minutes.
I think the big problem with this one is that whenever people talk about the Patriots, it's always Brady and Belichick. And I think if you take away from the game, most of what you can talk about is just Belichick's defense. So we're not like the thing about the Super Bowl 2 years ago when they beat the Falcons. People were talking about that Super Bowl for months. Like the days after the Super Bowl.
It was the comeback.
Yeah, like they had stuff to talk about. in the Super Bowl, you just have a dominant win. Like it was 13-3, but the score might have been, it should have been 20-3.
And like the Rams had great defense too, though.
The Rams' defense was amazing. That's the thing. And
like it was 3-0 going into halftime.
Yes, but Patriots also aren't like in 3 Super Bowls they've been in. They've only scored points into the teams. Like this Super Bowl and 2 losses to the Giants, they've only scored 13, 14, 17 points. This is the least points they've ever scored in a Super Bowl. I think the real Super Bowl was the AFC Championship game, in my opinion. That was the real Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I thought those were the 2 best teams. I thought the Saints were kind of, they should have been in the Super Bowl.
I feel like if the Saints were in the Super Bowl, it would have been a higher scoring game, and I think the Saints might have pulled off the win just because of the offensive power that the Saints have. They have more offensive power than I believe the Rams do most nights, is because they have a more established and better quarterback.
I think the best offense in the NFL was the Chiefs.
Oh, yeah.
And given from what the Pats did in the whole playoffs, because they did play 3 really good offenses.
Yeah.
Like, balanced teams too, but Chargers, 7 points. Chiefs in the first half, 0 points, or 7 points. I can't recall. Like, low score.
Yeah.
Rams, 3 points in the whole game. So, like, what's their over-under? I mean, their plus-minus on points in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Like, 10 plus 31, so 41, and then they dropped 40 in 2 games, in the first 2 games together, pretty much 40 points, and then the last game, 13. So I just think, although it was a boring Super Bowl, I wasn't disappointed. Because, I'm a Patriots fan, so, I'm anxious the whole game.
Oh, yeah.
Regardless if there's big play after big play or 3 and out after 3 and out, I'm nervous.
Mm-hmm. But for, the other 3 quarters of the country that aren't,
as invested.
The New England, because pretty much Patriots fans fill up, a lot of the Eastern time zone, especially the coast. And, when it comes to Massachusetts, Connecticut, Rhode Island, even, a lot of New York has Patriots fans.
Yeah. Well, especially now, they're the best team of pretty much all time.
Yeah.
So.
You got Thanos over there rocking the 6 rings.
Yeah, and I've heard that the Super Bowl fan breakup was 80% to 20% Patriots fans in the building. So it was pretty much a home game for them. So
And so, I don't know. And also, it was flat all around in terms of I personally didn't watch the halftime show because I was watching something else.
I never do.
I heard it was garbage this year. I heard it was really, really flat and bad.
I usually shower during halftime.
I went and I watched a wrestling program because they're having their own halftime show.
Mm-hmm.
They're calling it Halftime Heat, and I was like, I'll check it out. Why not?
That's cool.
So I watched that. I came back. People were saying the halftime show wasn't that good. there are a bunch of jokes online that they brought out the worst part of Outkast. They brought out, they brought it was there for 1 song.
Yeah,
they brought out who was it? Oh, it was Ken. No, who performed with them? Travis Scott came out for 1 song. And it was sicko mode. It wasn't that great, and I was just dang. I felt even the commercials weren't even that great this year.
Yeah.
I don't remember a single commercial.
Like I said, I'm so invested in the games. I don't, for the past 4 years, I don't remember any of the commercials because the pictures are always there. So when it is a timeout or a commercial break, I'm just trying not to have a panic attack. But, the last 2 Super Bowls other than this one, those games are back and forth.
Oh yeah,
barn burners.
Bro, the Eagles and Patriots game, it's a classic. That's an automatic classic game, right? It's a classic.
Yeah, high scoring.
It was a high scoring game, close, came out to last drives.
Oh, and the series where Brady fumbled it, you had to be nervous.
Oh, yeah.
As an Eagles fan, right?
Yeah.
And if he scores on that drive,
I was big nervous.
That's 7-2 right there, right now.
I was big nervous. I was big nervous.
So, what are your Super Bowl 54
predictions?
Is this too early?
I think it might be too early.
It's never too early.
I mean,
how about the conference championship? I'll give you a little.
Well, here I'll give you Super Bowl predictions.
Okay.
I think Chiefs can find their way there.
Okay.
Their way there. I think this would be a punch in the gut, and they'll come back and find their way in there. Do we know if Brady is coming back next season? He said he was, right?
He said 100%.
All right. Now, do you think that would finally be the year Tom Brady's done or not? What?
Oh no, yeah, I agree.
Come back in. Come back in.
Um,
Do you think this could be like the year Tom Brady's done?
0% chance.
Do you think he's playing again after this year?
I think. Well, I think they have 12 draft picks in the first 3 rounds, or the first 5 rounds.
Yeah.
So no.
How many more years do you think Brady has under his belt?
He'll be
At least 4.
He'll be in at least 2 more Super Bowls. Mark my words. February 11th, 2019. Right there.
At least 4 more years.
Okay, so Franklin asked me what my early predictions are for next year's Super Bowl. I think Chiefs will find a way to get in Super Bowl next year. I think they'll take this past year as like a punch in the gut.
Learning experience.
Yeah, they'll come back next year, and if they keep the squad together, probably get that come back crazy. On the NFC side though, it's a lot closer. Like I'm not sure what's
Yeah, it did get a lot bigger.
it's because like any team could win in the NFC.
Right.
I feel like if Saints could come back again and Drew Brees can have another good year.
The Saints aren't going to come back the same way.
I don't think so either.
Because there's going to be too much of the cloudiness from that play that's going to interrupt their locker room, I feel like.
Let's see if the Rams can. I don't know if I say update their quarterback, like make him better. They have a chance.
I think he's a good quarterback. He just had a bad game. And
see
a lot of.
I mean, everyone can have a bad game against Bill Belichick system.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, if wait, I forgot. The Cowboys already fired
Jason Garrett.
Yeah.
No.
I don't think so.
Well, they're going to be firing him. Watch.
You think so?
I think this is his season to prove it. This next
I
season.
thought it was this past season.
I mean,
How are you
the got blown out? So
How are you the coach of an All-Star game and your team puts up 7 points?
We talked about that a few weeks ago.
With 7 points, you're an
Yeah.
All-Star. How are you a coach of an All-Star game? You score 7 points and you run the ball in the All-Star game. You are you're an a-hole, okay? You are butthole. You are.
I can't say that word correctly, so they make fun of me. So
How do you say
I
it?
just don't say it anymore.
What?
Give it.
No, I'm not gonna talk about it.
Wait, you can't say butt?
No.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm trying to.
Wait, you can't say hole?
No, it's like the 2 words together just come out different.
Wow.
Because like I have trouble pronouncing like T's with other letters.
Okay.
So
I see. Like it's going from the T to another letter.
Yeah.
I can understand.
Yeah, but he's definitely a jerk for running the ball in an All-Star game, especially like when people aren't really trying to tackle like that. Like,
Yeah.
like
Dudes
also
aren't
like
trying to get.
I mean that's like if you think all right, look at it from his perspective, right? So if dudes aren't gonna want to tackle like that, you trying to win a game, aren't you gonna just pound it at them? Because they're not gonna want to hit you.
ain't nobody really trying to win that game.
His quarterback also can't throw, so he probably doesn't have any passing plays. Anyways.
It's like also why was he the name coach for that game?
Yeah, there was
How-
Nagy could have been
Oh no, but my question is how do they determine coaches? Is my
probably.
question.
I don't know. Is it player?
I assume
I thought it was like player
coaches.
I assumed it was by record and who's still in the playoffs.
No.
Because the reason Belichick is never there
Because they're always in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, because he's always in the playoffs.
He
still.
wouldn't even if
I don't think
like,
he would go anyway.
he could go
Isn't
like
like-
4-12 and be like, "Bill, we need you." He'd be like, "No, absolutely not."
And like I don't know,
Yo, you
like
better knock on something. Don't ever say 4-12 again.
Yeah.
Like,
and also for like
Belichick.
from what I know, the Cowboys had a decent record this year from what I saw.
11-5.
Yeah, so that's
Just
probably
same as the past.
yeah. So it's one of the top records in the league, let alone the conference.
There was 3 teams with better. I think they weren't even the best team in that division at the time.
To be honest,
What the Cowboys?
Yeah, the Eagles were better than them.
Well, no, but the Cowboys had a bad record though.
No, I'm just saying.
it
like,
wasn't just because of win over the Eagles. I thought that was the only reason.
they
Well,
had
the Eagles made it to playoffs with like a 9-7 record, and that's because we won that last game, and then the other team coughed. I forgot who it was. The Steelers coughed it up.
I'm gonna throw this out right now. Like I've been talking to my boy Coase. He's stationed over in South Korea right now. He said, "Stop sleeping on the Redskins. All right, they're on the come up."
Bro, the Redskins would have won if your quarterback didn't break his knee.
He might not ever play again.
Yeah, that's kind of.
Just sad.
I felt bad for the boy because he could have been the one to lead the Chiefs to the conference championship. Alex Smith. Alex Smith.
Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, I think the Alex Smith train had gone by. I think that's why they.
Yeah, that's why they were for
Right.
Patrick. But still,
Did you see Mahomes was hooping?
Oh, yeah, no,
His coach was telling him, "Yo, you need to stop playing."
yeah, I heard he got
Good
banned.
ball.
Yeah.
Good ball.
Bro.
What's going
What's up,
on?
Joe? You coming
Oh, the sucker.
in? Hey, it's one of my. Well, no, he's a lead. I don't think he's one of my bosses.
Oh no, he is your assistant tech manager.
Okay.
I'm gonna introduce him like
Hey.
wait. Well, yo, walking into the station, we got the boy Joe Riley, a.k.a. Mr. Assistant Tech Manager of Events Management here on campus.
Get out of here.
Let him know.
You're a Pats fan, right?
No.
Oh.
I'm a Giants fan.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
All right.
Yikes.
No, okay, I'll keep it buck with you. You have a really good team. You just need a better quarterback. That's it.
No,
It's the
that's
O-line.
exactly not.
It's a
it.
lot of
They
defense.
really need to get.
Bro,
rid of
they have
that.
really good receivers on their
We
team.
got 3 positions covered.
First of all,
Your receivers are
Running
good.
back.
We got a running back, we got a
Receiver.
wide receiver core, and we got safety.
Yeah.
That's it.
Giants are one of the worst teams at tackle. Like if you watch football and you watch them tackle, you're like, this is not the same.
Yeah, but I feel like they'll be able to outscore a lot of teams if this had quarterbacks
Listen,
who can
before
get
this
the
year,
ball.
before this year, we had only scored over 31 time in the past 3 seasons.
Yes.
That's garbage.
I feel like OBJ should.
We got to 45 this year, though. All right, I gotta go fast. How do I get one of these hats?
At like one of our programs coming
Yeah,
up,
pick it up.
When's it coming up?
Put it on.
like in like 2 weeks.
Can I just take one?
No, not right now.
All right.
I think he has to
I'll be at events. I'll be giving giveaways.
You gotta let me know when I can get one.
Yeah, heard you.
They're one of the worst teams.
Yeah, that's
Like,
See, my fanboy wants to say to your prediction question, like
Giants.
Eagles
Your
going
fanboy.
to the Super Bowl, just because I feel like they have the team of potential. It's just that
The
we're to stay
Eagles?
healthy. Yeah.
my bold,
You only saying the Eagles because you like the Eagles.
No, I said my fanboy in this
Oh,
wants
okay.
me to say Eagles for his prediction,
my
but
bold,
there's other great teams in the NFC.
my bold prediction is going to be that the NFC Championship game will be between division rivals. So like
Cowboys and Eagles?
Cowboys. I think Bears, Packers, or Bears Vikings is possible.
Not the Vikings.
I could
I'll
see
see
it.
it.
I could see it. Maybe even Rams Seahawks.
I don't see Vikings because they lost their quarterback magic.
Yeah, that was more. I feel like less on Kirk Cousins, more on offensive line and game plan. It's hard to throw the ball when your offensive line isn't playing well, and your run game isn't like people like your run game is so important to your quarterback, which is like how play action works and how a lot of play calling works is when you're running. Like that's why the Rams suck so bad because they couldn't run the ball. You know.
Now, how do you mentioned the Packers? How do they adjust with being a new coach? Because it's been the first season in a long time without McCarthy.
If they go 0-2 or 1-2 or 1-3, their season's over.
Really?
For sure. Because it's not gonna be one of those things where they run the table again. Because they're gonna lose a game or two, and the only person that's gonna take blame is the head coach. None of it's gonna go on Rodgers. I've heard that a lot of people think he's uncoachable, and a lot of people don't like playing with him.
What, Aaron Rodgers?
They're got their project for the thing. They want to take a picture.
Oh yeah, of course.
I said
Oh,
they
okay.
can't introduce themselves on air if they want to.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah.
So nothing you
We
wouldn't
on
say to your
camera, too?
grandmother? Yeah, you're on Facebook Live right there.
Facebook Live and over the
To your
airwaves.
grandmother.
No,
I'm
he's
saying-
saying use language you would use around
to
your
mother
grandma.
and your grandma.
No curses. Oh yeah.
Just a warning we put out to everybody.
Shout out to Florida. You know that's where I'm
Huh.
from. Shout out to them. And,
Oh, you good.
and I just want to thank them for letting me be on this show, talk live. Y'all be prepared for next season football. We coming strong. Number 11 on the field. Come watch me.
What position you
spot.
play?
Safety.
Safety. Okay.
All right.
I'm out there.
What year?
A freshman right now, so I'll be fine.
Hey, there you go. There you go.
So you just actually walked into a sports talk show, so that's pretty cool.
What's up? What y'all talking about?
So currently we're briefly going over the topic of NFL Super Bowl, kind of predictions for next year, kind of early predictions, stuff like that.
Well, Brady, of course.
I like
Patriots.
this guy.
Patriots, they go every other year, so they got to go this next year too. So Brady,
He's a
and I
Eagles
say Eagles fan.
Yeah.
The Patriots will be playing the Carolina Panthers
Ooh.
next year.
On a 7-game losing streak. But I
It's okay because we started off the season 6-2
Yes.
until Cam got hurt. We were strong.
That's a good team. It's Stacks roster.
Cam. And we have Nair. Come to say something.
Hi, I'm Nair.
Hey, how's it going?
Good.
Do you have a Super Bowl pick?
No, I don't know anything about Super Bowl, unfortunately. But I root for whatever team's gonna win. So
Heard you.
go. That's the right.
Now, do you have any clubs or events you want to promote on campus or around?
Sure, why not? The FCD, the
No,
fashion club.
Not yet.
I'm on the pep squad, the dance team,
I heard you.
and BSU, of course. Yeah, I'm all for all the organizations and all the teams, everything.
God, you heard
Good. You want to get involved here?
Big
Yeah.
shout out here on
Shout
campus.
out to CCSU.
Got you. Here,
And
here.
the WFCS.
Hey,
Turn up.
heard you. Thank you very much for the shout out. I appreciate it. Feel me? But you know,
He was right though. It's gonna be Pats and some teams.
Panthers.
Panthers, but I could see them making a playoff run. They did lose.
Because honestly, early in the season, I was like, Cam is back. That's what I was saying early in the season, and then they kind of just ruined that for me.
Yeah, until
Because I got a soft spot for Cam in the Panthers. All right.
yeah, until they got blown out by Pittsburgh.
It's kind of how I'm a Celtics fan, but I got a soft spot for Lonzo.
Yeah.
And like since LeBron's left the East, I got a soft spot for LeBron too.
Yeah.
Oh, but speaking of LeBron and the Lakers and all that stuff, wait, did you give him over our shirt?
No.
Oh, I heard you. That's what people know. I was like,
I took a photo. How you doing?
heard you.
Hey, Jeff Turner.
Hey, yo, my homegirl, what's poppin'? Oh yeah. No, that's how we say her name on orientation because
You're gonna be an RA again? You gonna go through the process?
Hopefully. Yeah, hopefully.
Oh yeah. How was your first year being an RA, Franklin?
It's going good. Met a lot of people. A lot of people I don't want to meet that I met, unfortunately, due to
Circumstances.
yes, but I try to create a safe and sufficient learning environment for my residents, and I want to see them all succeed, regardless if they're my resident or not.
Heard you.
I appreciate you, 'cause I'm a resident.
Yes, better residents means better students, which means better CCSU.
Now, do you think Sam May will be graced with your presence next semester?
Imagine that, Frankly and Marcus.
Friendly market.
Ooh. I cannot confirm nor deny.
I mean, yeah, in your interview, you can always,
Yeah, I heard
request.
you can be like, I'm trying to work on my fitness, so I want to go to the fitness building.
Yeah. I mean, I'll be happy wherever I am,
Right.
as long as I can do my job.
Now, I heard you guys are in a little demand for RAs right now. Would you like to promote something for resume?
The application was due
I
today.
would like to, but the application is due tonight. So
People got time.
only those who have gone to an info session can apply.
Mm.
So, if you went to one of the many info sessions, you met with some of the RGs, met some of the RAs.
Well, what about our freshmen who aren't quite
They don't
meet the requirements, but they're looking forward to it next year?
What I would say is approach your RA, regardless of what building you're in, or if you're not, if you're not comfortable with your RAs, go to a different building, go to a friend's building. Just start going to programs, get involved with IRC, get involved with eBoard, go to Hall Council. Just kind of like get to know the everyday life of what, a lot of us do. Like, there's people in your halls that are on IRC, that are in eBoard, and they work you guys work so hard. But just the regular everyday resident who just goes to class, goes to, whatever, they don't see a lot of the hard work that we put in for the community, for the organization. A lot of our money that we pay here goes to funding clubs. That's why, or even the new building. That's why our tuition is going up, our room and board's going up, because clubs need more money. Everything needs more money, but I think we do a good job at giving back to the students.
Big facts, big smart facts.
We have to remain like a positive entity in our community, also. So bad news isn't good news for CCSU.
Yeah. They say all news is good news.
That's not
ain't true. Also, you're listening to 107.7 WFCS Super Hour for the Edge. Quick promotion. Rec Central is having one of their basketball games tomorrow, and it's going to be like a showcase for the Immortals. All right, it's going to be a classic rec basketball game. Okay, it's going to be team run it back versus
the other guys.
Versus the other guys.
Is that their actual name?
No.
Okay, they might as well be though.
I'm just saying it's Nick's team. I forgot your team name
I don't
is.
know.
Nick who?
He lives in Sam.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah, Nick in the triple. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay.
But it's gonna be
like his whole room.
But it's gonna be your boys. It's him and your boys see run it back. All right.
What time? Maybe I'll pop up.
It's 7 o'clock
Whoa.
tomorrow.
It's looking a little slow, to be honest.
Oh, because it's
Yeah.
possible snow. But just know if it don't, games
We got
going on.
If it's canceled, meet at the quad.
Yeah, if it's canceled,
Even that.
if it's
We
canceled,
got shovels.
Yeah.
just know your boy Dev is a baller. Okay.
Did you guys have a first game yet?
No,
No, it's gonna be our first game.
I'll you know.
Come through.
I'll look like one of those. I look like an NBA player does when they go to the Rising Star Challenge.
And they're sitting on the side.
Yeah, I'm just gonna look like Russell Westbrook.
Yo, just make sure you don't tamper with us because you want to know what happens with tampering? Big news happens with tampering, all right?
Mm-hmm.
The NBA is going to investigate the Lakers about Ben Simmons' contact violated rules. All right, so Magic Johnson released a statement or something. He was talking to like Elton Brand, who's like the president over at Sixers or whatever. And yeah, 76ers. And he was like, you know, I can mentor Ben Simmons if you want or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, similar play style, kind of, something like that. You know, Ford Jones, stuff like that. But it's like, bro, you can't have the president of one team mentoring the star player on another team. And so, especially when that team has a little bit of history recently with tampering, with the whole LeBron James, Anthony Davis thing.
What? Ben Simmons is Sixers.
Yeah.
He's saying from the Lakers side.
Oh.
Yeah, because the Lakers
okay.
saw tampering.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah.
lost for a second.
What is tampering? What is even tampering?
Bro,
So,
why
like,
does
saying-
mine keep falling?
So tampering, especially in the NBA, it's when like a president from one team will talk to a player on another, be like, yo, you know,
Does there have to be a president?
well,
No.
anyone. It could be like a coach,
It's just like the
player.
organization.
Yeah, the organization talking to that player saying, yo, you know, this season,
You should come play here.
you should come play here this season.
These are these incentives.
Yeah, but yo,
behind the scenes stuff.
it's like yo, it's like yo, if
Yeah.
you know, if you don't re-sign with the Knicks, you know, us the Timberwolves, you know, we'll sign you in the offseason. Like we want to give you a big contract. So you know, make sure you don't sign with the Knicks next season, stuff like that.
I think
Tampering
or not, if a star player like AD, like LeBron, wants to go somewhere, they're gonna go somewhere.
Oh yeah, well, but it's just that like LeBron came out and say, you know, I want to play with AD. So well, I was like that statement itself.
He's always been like that.
Oh yeah, well that statement itself isn't, but like them having the same agent, and they're probably talking behind the scenes, stuff like that.
Well, like interestingly enough, Tom Brady and Jimmy Garoppolo have the same agent.
Okay.
So here's a theory.
You think we'll get him back?
No. Here's a theory though.
No, we're not getting back.
Brady doesn't make like a lot of money. He has a very low structured contract. He's the 17th or 18th highest paid quarterback in the NFL. So like,
Makes less money for a reason.
yeah, to be able to sign more players. But like, do you think if the Patriots would have gave Garoppolo the same deal the Niners did? No way. They would have never given that much. So I think the agent had incentive to get Garoppolo out of New England because he probably thought Garoppolo could get a max deal, you know. And with Brady, Brady's not going to get a max deal anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So there is definitely some collusion in both leagues.
Well, in this situation, Elton Brand, who's a general manager for the Sixers, this report is from Adrian Wojnarowski. You know the NBA guru. All right, he's like one of the highest, like best, greatest reporters. Most reliable source the NBA has.
Adam Schefter of the NBA.
Yeah, he's the Adam Schefter. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Adam Schefter of the NBA. Let's see. Yeah, so Elton Brand tells ESPN that his star guard Ben Simmons has no intention of working out with Lakers president Magic Johnson and simply wanted the Sixers to help him facilitate chatting with some of the the game's all-time greats. So Ben Simmons just wanted the Sixers to help him work out with some of the greatest players of all time.
Like how Tatum was doing with
like how Tatum was working with
Kobe
and Brown's working with McGrady, stuff like that. He said your note, Elton Brand told ESPN no issue on Monday. They have no issue with it. He said I have a great relationship with Ben and his agent Rich Paul, and we expect him to be a Sixer for a long time. He has taken interest in chatting with some of the game's all-time greats, and we're supportive. I had a brief dialogue with Lakers GM Rob Pelinka who I've known for a long time, but nothing is planned. Our collective focus is on making a postseason push. Again, we're not swaying this. End of the story. NBA spokesperson Mike Bass told ESPN on Monday that the league office is looking into whether any contact took place between Ben Simmons and the Los Angeles Lakers that violate NBA rules.
Who cares?
But also, isn't Rich Paul? Isn't that like LeBron's agent also?
Yes, and AD.
And just saying that looks a little fishy though. Like, it's slightly fishy.
I don't know. I think in the NBA right now, there's not much going on. Like before the trade deadline, was just the AD talks. There hasn't been anything
Right.
else.
There's been like no noise.
People need things to talk about. I think this is one of them. I don't know.
So it's just slightly fishy, just because like the Lakers keep.
Can't hear it.
I'm saying it's just because the Lakers keep popping up in all these tampering things with players that have the same agent as LeBron and whatnot.
I don't know.
I don't know. It's just Also, is Ben Simmons? Did he sign a new contract yet, or is he?
No.
Or is this his last year?
Yeah, I think it could be his third year.
I thought.
Because
Yeah. Next year.
No, because Ben Simmons was drafted. He signed
No,
the
but
first
he
year,
sat
right?
I thought he sat for 2 years.
No, well,
It was 1 year. Played last year. This is his third year. But also, that first year, even though he sat out, it still counts as a year off his contract.
Okay.
Let's see, Ben Simmons' contract. Because I don't think he signed the extension yet. I doubt it. I think he's probably waiting till the offseason. But stuff like that. How's that look? That's a little fishy though.
yeah, I think a lot of things that go on in sports
Are shady.
Yeah, shady. All
There's
business.
a lot of shadiness in baseball, but it's like
Mhm.
low key because nobody really talks about it anymore.
I'm not too into baseball, but I can imagine some crazy stuff going down.
Oh, Ben Simmons' contract is actually a 4-year contract, not a 3. I wonder if that's because he was like the first pick. They got a 4-year contract or whatnot. But in 2020, he'll be a restricted free agent.
It's pretty crazy to think about. Like, we're almost in 2020, man. A lot of these
Not quite. We just started 2019.
I'm just saying.
I mean, we're a month and a half in.
Yeah.
We're almost done with this decade, though. We're going to be in the 20s. And then what? That,
We're about to be in the roaring 20s.
Bluetooth microwaves or something. I don't know. Whatever the
Bluetooth
future is.
microwaves.
Yeah. Also, I just want to. I want to put a little promotion out there. You feel me? Since we're talking about 2020 already. It's not too early to talk about April. In this case, April 28th. All right. It's a Sunday. All right. WFCS, your very own boys. All right. We're gonna be out there providing music from 9 to 4 for the CCSU Spring Car Show.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I'm saying we out there every
Is it
semester.
Earl?
Huh?
Is it going to be Earl?
Well, I don't know who the
It's
DJ's
not
gonna be
Earl.
yet.
Not going.
No, it might be Trevor.
Okay. Yeah. I respect that.
I can dig that, yeah.
Also, if I'm out there, I bring the tunes. I just can't do a 6-hour session. That ain't me.
Nice weather.
So like we should try to break it down to y'all like 2-hour shifts, especially long events like that. A lot of different DJs coming out, 2-3-hour shifts.
Hey man, I was a DJ once.
Oh snap! I was supposed to add Trevor on PSN.
I have his thing.
I have it too. I forgot that.
Oh yeah, well, he texted me today. As long as I have, I get back.
Yo, you been playing Apex?
Yo,
Nah,
all my folks listening on the radio and Facebook Live.
It's fun. It's fun.
If you have not done it
It's
yet,
fun.
download Apex Legends
if you
for
have-
free.
If you have the PSN, with the PlayStation Network.
I have an Xbox.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know, is it on Xbox yet?
I think so.
I don't know.
I'll check it out. Maybe.
But I know for PC and
Their game's mad fun.
Yeah, I've
PlayStation.
heard people
I have a lot of
talking
fun.
about it. I just haven't had the time.
I started playing while my main was Wraith for a while, so she was like one of her ultimates is like oracles.
Is that a specialist? Or like a champion?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
I've been messing with Chappie lately. Well, I call him Chappie.
Who's
You ever seen movie Chappie?
Yes. I know
Robot?
Yes.
He's a healer, but he's not really.
I mean, I know which one the robot is.
Yeah, I call him Chappie.
Okay.
His name was what, Peacemaker, right?
Yeah.
Something like that in the game.
Bloodhound's pretty cool too. I just like his.
My favorite character is Bangalore.
Why?
Just because I like the artillery strike and just like it's not confusing.
Is it?
And also like if there's like shooting going on, the speed picks up. Like she can run faster.
Okay.
So that's why I like it.
Nick mains with
And smoke grenades.
the Hawaiian guy. I forget his name.
Oh, the big dude with the
Yeah,
shield?
The shield.
Is it a FPS? Like a first person
Yes.
shooter?
Yes.
But it's battle royale.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
It's like it's fast
cool.
paced.
You ever played Titanfall?
Yeah, I've seen. Yeah, it's kind of like Titanfall, right?
Yeah.
Also, the gameplay in this it's like a watered down
It's
version
so
of that.
fast paced.
I've seen videos on it.
Yeah,
And
it's kind of like Call of Duty.
At first, I thought it was the Black Ops one, but then
Yeah, that's what I thought it was
It
first.
looked a little different,
Right.
But it's a little bit like the Call of Duty Blackout Battle Royale.
Mhm.
But it's definitely fun. I enjoy it.
It is a lot of fun.
It has the hype of when Fortnite first came out. It's that type of hype.
Is it the #1 stream thing on Twitch right now, or is that a different game? I heard.
It might be up there because
I'm
it
not
had
sure.
over
It's
like
probably up there.
it had over like 100 million downloads already.
That's
Something like
crazy.
that.
Well, it's gotta be on Xbox. I
So
can't.
it's up there.
I don't know.
That's what I said about Spider-Man, and then I was like, oh wow, they really didn't release it. Yeah.
Bro, people respect Xbox like like some people should. I mean, I've always been a PlayStation guy. I had the 360 over the PlayStation 3. But
I mean, okay, so I will say, games for 360 were more appealing to younger me than PlayStation.
Like Halo.
Yes.
Yeah.
But PlayStation now is